Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. In this video I want to show you my VR impressions and share some of my recent settings with you. And I'll be using the Reverb G2. World Update 6 is quite a significant update for me for this sim, because I actually lived in Germany and grew up there. So it's great to see all the familiar areas that I know, and to check out how accurate they really are. I didn't want to rush a video about the update on the first day, because I wanted to spend some time in the sim discovering areas that I know, and seeing how well the VR performed. For me, the sim is running really reliably. It was doing that in the last update. I don't know if it's better than update 5, but it's running really reliably and really smooth and really well. I have made some changes to my settings which I'll go through after this. I'm still not completely dialed in with them, however they are getting me the best performance so far, I think. I'm getting similar load times as the last update, which seem to improve the longer I use the sim in one session. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm noticing that when I start the sim up it's quite slow, but after a couple of runs, after a couple of flights, it loads quite quickly, which is great. Multiplayer seems to be working well. I'm seeing a lot of people online, but the servers are busy. Some of the VR bugs are fixed. I've noticed that the drone now is still messed up. However, if you increase or decrease the drone speed in increments, it does work. If you slide the slider all the way up at once, it doesn't go any faster. It was doing this in the last update. I obviously use the drone because I do a lot of recording. And now, if you just move it in increments, it'll work, but it's weird. I don't know why it does that. But anyway, hopefully that'll be fixed at some point. So as much as I love the simulator, as much as I'm loving VR, there are some disappointments for me in terms of the photogrammetry around Frankfurt, for example. It looks worse than Paris does for me. The buildings are so melted and there's so much scenery missing. I just hope it's the servers that are overloaded right now that's the reason for it, because I'm quite disappointed with Frankfurt and the surrounding area. I'm noticing a lot of patches of pixelated areas all over the place as well. I'll be flying over a forested area and suddenly it'll be like bare patched areas, pixelated, and it must be the servers. I'm hoping it is anyway. It seems like it is though. So if it is, it's not a big deal. So I'm going to be patient and hopefully that'll improve soon. I know they redid Frankfurt, but I was hoping that they would have worked on the surrounding areas as well. For example, a famous area near Frankfurt is called the Feldberg, and the tower on there doesn't look anything like it does in real life. So I was a bit disappointed with that. Even though there is a tower there, but it still looks nothing like the one in real life. But as we fly through Frankfurt, you can see that the buildings are quite well done. Sometimes you'll see some other players flying around, which is pretty cool. The centre of Frankfurt I find is good, but it's just the surrounding area and the suburbs. I don't know, it lacks a lot of detail. But even some of the central parts do as well. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm still noticing a lot of the same bugs though in VR since the last update, so the reflections, the anti-aliasing, the shadows, the jumping shadows. However, we knew that this wasn't a VR fix, this update, so I'm not too disappointed. I was hoping for a little bit more in terms of development. However, let's stay patient guys, because as I said before, they're going to be working on VR this year and next year. So in time, VR is just going to get better and better. So I'll just go through my VR settings. These are the latest settings I'm using with the Reverb G2. I've got the render scaling set to 90. At night time I have that set to 100 because of the night light problem. Anti-aliasing set at TAA. Terrain level of detail is set to 100. Terrain vector data is set to ultra. Buildings, trees, grass and bushes are all set to medium. Objects level of detail set to 105. Volumetric cloud set to high. Texture resolution ultra. Anisotropic filtering 16 times. Texture supersampling 8x8. Texture synthesis is high. Water waves is set to high. Shadow maps 1024, terrain shadows 512, contact shadows ultra, windshield effects medium, ambient occlusion is off, ray march reflections is ultra, light shafts are off, bloom is off, and lastly, glass cockpit refresh rate is set to high. Have a go with these settings guys and see how it works for you. I'm still in the process of messing around and testing and doing a lot of experimenting. After flying around Germany, I find myself going back to Santiago in Chile often, so I'm starting a tour of Chile, which is amazing. I've been using a lot of live traffic mods and livery mods for airports, and I find it really brings the sim to life. If you're interested in a video about this, let me know in the comments, because I've got some really good mods that work well together and give you a really realistic environment in the airports. It's pretty cool to see all the different planes and liveries. It just gives it so much more life. Anyway guys, I hope you find this update video useful. Fingers crossed for some VR development over the coming months. But I'm glad it's running well, and let's hope for the servers improving a bit over the coming days. As always guys, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I hope you find it useful. In the meantime, take care and stay safe.